we go. We're live, and I've made the hurried entry after a shower without washing the hair. I've just brushed it, and gosh, doesn't it look fluffy and hard to do when it's one-handed too, I might add. Well, 1.5-ish handed. I did actually overstress my hand a little in the shower because I take the splint off for that. And interesting, it does make it interesting. But we're here. We're going to do the card spread, and I'm going to move over to that. I do remind you, turn on your own intuition as well, like I've turned on my healing to get some of that pain relief happening or easing off or whatever. So I'm just going to put that up a bit. Oh, God, untidy. Next time I won't come on until I've actually finished being tidy myself. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Ah, goodness. We make it anyway, so we're here. Switch her over. And here is the cards. Oh, I haven't even lined up the camera. Whoops. And because I was in a hurry, I haven't brought my iPad in, which has my mouse, not mouse, the Apple Pencil. So I found my back scratcher. It's just as easy to point with, isn't it? And this one, see, it actually it's the extendable one. So it's one of those. Very, very handy when you only got one hand, I tell you. So what we've got, is it easier to point that way? Yeah, I'm going to. What we've got is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck that Ciro Marchetti, see there? There's his name. So Ciro Marchetti's the artist, and I am using that expanded edition there. And it's a wonderful deck of cards. I love it. So I just didn't center that one, and we can center that one a little bit better. That's better. So we'll start the reading. Hi, Trina. Wonderful to see you here. We've got Natasha. You're here as well this morning. Wonderful to see you. Now, we've got the workspace. I haven't switched around the energies yet. It was the intention of the usual spread of the workspace. So we've got the key in the workspace. We've got the letter in the home space. I like it there. We've got the bear as the unexpected. And we've got the scythe as our role. I like that there too. And the dice as the outcome. That's a pretty good spread. Especially the key. I mean, yesterday we had the rider as the, and we've got the dogs. There's some dogs going past, so mine might end up barking so that you can hear them. Here we go, Carol. Good morning to you. Those beautiful sunflowers or whatever, daisies. Lovely, lovely. Yep, the dogs have finished, I think. There was someone walking past with their dog, so that does happen. So we're back to, here we go with the key in our workspace. So it's actually unlocking even further whatever those possibilities are that we had with the rider yesterday morning and that beautiful rainbow. So here we've got, and it is with the things that we love are being set free, because if you can see it there is the gorgeous rose. In fact, I might bring that up and see if you can see it a little closer. See how that's got a gorgeous detailed rose bloom in there, and it's just setting free or locking up. It depends whether you're wanting to protect your ideas, protect the, that's something that does come to mind, is lock away those IPs, like your intellectual property things and ideas. There might be some that you don't want to reveal yet or bring out into the open yet, or keep safely away, patents, that type of thing. That could be the purpose of the key, that you're actually going to lock away some of your knowledge and inspirations and things just till it's the right time. It could be that that's needing that process, or you're ready to actually unlock and bring out from that safe space, safe place, that needs to be revealed. And something does come to mind from a session I did the other day with some hypnotherapy, wanting to find some jewelry. It will reveal in its right space, right time. The same as these, whatever you're going to be launching, and you're bringing it out, setting it free. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from that workspace. And it's probably even setting free some who you've come to love in workspace that are needing to move on as well. It can even be to that emotional level that you're setting some of your emotions free, because they can occur just as strongly in the workspace as they do, the workspace businesses they do in your home space. So, in those close relationships. Good morning, Rosie. Lovely to see your smiling face there. I do hope your hip's feeling better today too. So do allow that energy to release, or if it's needing something that needs protecting, that you're putting it away safely. So, and do remember where you put things. It's just that, write it down somewhere at least, so that there is that legacy of later knowing and finding. Okay, so here we go over. Yeah, I think that's there's no more on that one. So what we've got now is the letter that's in our home space. So for some reason, I went to the number this time, as far as the 2 and 7 equals 9. It's and it's feeling like it's part of the final leg of this journey in particular, that what you're writing the letter for, it doesn't feel like it's a legal type thing, unless it's something to do with a marriage, I'm feeling. Whether it's sorting things out, it's a final leg towards a certificate of some sort, hence the seal is what I'm seeing and feeling there, or it's just a final, it's that last stage of, and goodbye is the first word that came to mind. It's the moving on to the next of some sort, or yeah, it does feel like that for me, for someone out there, as far as that, it's not a Dear John letter. It's just it's one of those really personal type letters is what I'm feeling. So it's probably that you're needing to get pen to paper to put your thoughts down to a loved one or to someone special to you in friendship, that you're needing to write a handwritten letter. I'm feeling it definitely is a handwritten letter. So do put that to mind today as part of what you might be doing through your day to day. It is more to do around the close homely relationship type. So it does feel like family, friends. So yeah, and it has that loving energy. So that's what I'm feeling there. So do, if that pops up into your day to day, have that more as feeling and sensing into that more special aspect of it, not just a cursory note saying, look, go get the potatoes on the shopping list type thing. I hope you understand what I mean with that one. Okay. So thank you for that. And Sarah, you're saying good morning as well. Lovely. You've made it for today's as a live. And Rosie, yeah, it's feeling a bit better. Oh, that's wonderful to know. It is nice that, our little family here is getting along, getting along healthily, and that we can send that healing love to each other as it pops up too, chat. Thank you for letting me know. Bear. Bear is a strong energy, strong creature. We know many of those documentaries, we know how strong they can be. So keep in mind that sometime unexpectedly in the day, you're going to have that strength ready and available to use. Put it into motion, hence the feeling of that swimming with this polar bear picture. I think all bears can swim, so know that in whatever situation that you're finding yourself, as that pops up, that it's going to be very relevant to getting that moving forward, having the strength to do that. And good morning, Diane. Lovely to see you here this morning as well. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. So at those unexpected moments, you will have bear showing that energy, giving you, sharing that energy. Just feel that strength as you need it. Now we've got scythe. I might just move that a little bit and it's going to put my alignment out there. How can I do that? Like that? No, I don't want to show my tummy. I've got it very close to the edge of the table this morning. Yeah, that's better. So with the scythe, it is the harvest. To me, it's the harvest. I know the guidebook might say something differently. Actually, it probably does. I do feel, it's the sharp edge of that inside of that scythe. Just be wary of that, but certainly it's going to cut clean. It's going to cut neat if you put that hand to it with practiced motion. So we've had it a few times recently where the scythes popped into our spread. So we are getting that practice to hone the skill of using that scythe to actually know when we're going to need to do the harvest and keep it nice and clean, that mold doesn't get into what is the residue and leftover stuff. Because in general, I'm picturing the farming days of when the harvester would go through and you'd be left with the stubble and the sheep would go through. You didn't really want it getting nasty for them, so they'd pick up mold bugs and stuff like that. So you did need to know that your blades were clean and really sharp on your harvester, so that it did do a good harvest, that you weren't wasting seed on the ground that would knock off as you were doing it. And, all the process of what you need to make sure of to have that clean instrument, that sharp cut, that good motion that gives the ease of harvesting. So you're putting all of that into practice today, because that's what it is, what you're needing to do. It's, getting a good swing into it. Almost, and even just then, in the pop in the mind was some of the songs that used to be sung, like sea shanties and things. As you're working, it's getting in the motion and the flow and using that rhythm, and it creates good work. It creates rewarding work, as we do with harvest. It's rewarding because you've got the fruits of your labour there. Now the dice, I like the way that my little back scratcher matches the back of that dice photo. Nice colour. I mean, I do like the colour. Look, the outcome, it can be just anything that's going to be thrown into the air and fallen down where it lays. And whatever you end up with, may it be a lucky one. That's what I'm feeling with that. Because any option that the dice do bring us is going to be what it is. And it does feel like you still guide what you are doing through your day, even so, but you're going to have certainly a luck of that throw as you're working through your day as well. So it does feel positive. It's a good set of cards. Yes, there's some work involved. Yes. So there's always some work involved in what is worthwhile in those rewards that we give for ourselves. When we're choosing to be where we are, what we're doing. In most cases, sometimes it feels like that we've actually had things fall into our lives that's out of our control. But really, if we're feeling into that heart space to actually know that central, being in that soul connection, spirit connection, that we have actually chosen where we are for those lessons we're learning, as much as it's sometimes a very hard lesson to learn. But it's putting it in the space of what is that bigger picture. Sometimes it does need us to actually sit back, relax into, and see what our bigger picture is. It's not just always about being the close-up to us and nitpicking whatever the details are for us. At times, it does mean sitting back and looking at that big picture. What is the global happenings? I don't watch the news very often. I don't keep an eye on it as much as, well, what a lot of people would say you should. My dad always did, and would say you've got to keep a tap on, what's happening in the world. And sometimes, yes, we do, just for that. And it's for the awareness. It's for putting and sharing out what is our energy into the bigger space of our world. We are global. Every little bit and molecule that is present in this atmosphere is cycling around the world, our Mother Earth. And the further along in, I'll say aging because it's what the body does, the further along in aging, experiencing this world as it is now and where I perceive it may be going or otherwise, I really want to help more in looking after it, reducing our consumption, not doing all that we're doing to Mother Earth and ruining it and, destroying it basically for our next generations. I want them to experience as good a life as I have, as my childhood, upbringing, growing, my own family, business, work, all that sort of stuff, and helping others. So keep that in mind as you're moving through your day to day. Sometimes you're going to have the bigger picture. It's going to be that roll of the dice. So, and Sarah, you've moved the plants around in the background. I can see the little plant I gave you. Yes, and I put it there specifically because the happy plant, what's it called? Chinese bamboo. I'm going to shift it around again just to show with the camera. It's gotten very big. Can you see it? And it really needed a bit of sunshine. See how there's a little yellowing tips and the rest? So I thought, no, I've got to put it directly in the window, water it nicely and give it a bit more sunshine. So there we go. There's the background finish. I've got the little business sphericals there for the next thing. And that's where it is at the moment. So, and you can see how it's leaning one way. So I needed to actually start to balance out the growth pattern. So it might be more there in the future. And I'll swap them around because I do like your plant there, Sarah, to get a little bit of sunshine too. But it's going so nicely. Isn't it a beautiful little plant? I love it. And that gorgeous pot that you've put it in for me. It's beautiful. So thank you for that. And yes, I love it that nature, Mother Nature and our physical world, if we nourish it and allow it to grow, how beautiful it is in its natural state. And it's things like the plants that remind me of that. It's things like hearing the ocean waves at night that reminds me of that. It's actually going for those walks in our natural environment. Even just putting your feet on the ground to ground well and connect that spiritual energy through from what spirit, the spiritual cosmos, that whole connection of what is our soul center. What are we here to experience? To be the best me, the best you that you are. So that it's really profound, and I wonder at it all the time. Those inner questions, I wonder what, I wonder if. It's not so much the wonder if, but that comes up occasionally, but I wonder what happens when. It's all of that. So put your mind to actually taking care of what we have here so that it does move forward and into the future for our children, our grandchildren, and that is ahead. So they've got something to treasure as well and enjoy and experience in the best way possible as Mother Nature intends. So thank you for being here. I'll leave my little soapbox. We'll see you tomorrow morning. What day are we today? It is Thursday, the 4th of March. I've put that on the end. And if you do need specific detailed readings, just a reminder, I've got to get the pointing right. There you go. My website is rosboundy.com.au. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Be the best person you can be. And stretch that and do the namaste. That's a very solid rod like that. Not easy. Bye. Namaste.